The instant gratification society has forced all of us to rethink how we deliver that five-star concierge experience to our end consumer, and the right 3PL partner can help you with that. One of the biggest expectations that any end consumer has is with the ability to solve that instant gratification that is now known as the Amazon experience, which is if you order right now, you can get it within 2 days. As a small to medium-sized merchant, sometimes that's very difficult to do on your own. It's one of the reasons why it's very favorable to go to an outside 3PL like ShipBob to help you with that. The instant gratification society that we all live in is driven to the fact that an end consumer wants to be able to point and click and enjoy that within 48 hours. And sometimes the infrastructure is just not there for a small merchant to be able to put that together. When you look at things that we do here at ShipBob, the goal is to focus on that 2-day shipping plan and give you the options to be able to actually have a 2-day shipping option on your website, because you're actually partnering in with our scale and infrastructure with our carrier partner. And also the way we distribute inventory across the network is to put you closer, get your inventory closer to that end consumer to be able to fulfill that 2-day shipping promise. That's one of the things I think most merchants, e-commerce merchants, are not understanding, that the ability to partner with 3PL actually helps you facilitate that 2-day shopping experience. With the right 3PL partner, one of the things that e-commerce brands can offer now, direct consumer brands can actually offer quick and affordable shipping to their end consumer, and also exceed customer expectations. And I think that's so important when you're looking at the e-commerce market nowadays. The instant gratification society has forced all of us to rethink how we deliver that 5-star concierge experience to our end consumer, and the right 3PL partner can help you with that. ShipBob is a tech-enabled 3PL partner that will allow you to actually offer cost-effective and multiple shipping solutions. Here's how. So the 2-day process and for shipping really starts once we hand off the package to a carrier. That carrier partner now is going to take it away from ShipBob or any other 3PL partner. They're going to take it to their main sorting hub, and they're actually now going to sort your package based on the zone of the country that it's in, depending on where it's at and what service level that it has. 2-day really starts with a couple of ways that they could, from an infrastructure standpoint. One, from a ground standpoint, moving it closer to your end consumer allows you not to have to pay for priority air or overnight air, and you can still use the ground shipping options. Or depending on if you're going from one side of the country to another side of the country, you actually can use the air shipping option, and they'll overnight that in their infrastructure as they're loading it onto their planes and actually taking off and moving it to a closer location. There's multiple options out there that you can use, and a strategy that you can use as a merchant to be able to do this. But from a carrier standpoint, really comes down to the infrastructure they put in place to sort, and what the infrastructure is on the back end from a regional standpoint, or to as a closer regional area, to be able to get that package to your door. I think one of the things that separates most 3PLs is really the amount of tech and automation that's involved. You want to have a partner that actually has that ability to really contact the carrier using APIs, has the infrastructure in place, but really is using the automation to be able to quickly get your order processed earlier in the day to make those carrier pickups in those windows. The earlier that you can get your actually packages handed off to the carrier, the more time that allows that carrier to be able to use their infrastructure, sort it, and move it to around the country to get it there in that 2-day time frame or less. I think another point that sometimes is overlooked is the ability to actually duplicate your inventory or move your inventory to different regions around the country. One of the advantages of actually having inventory in multiple locations is actually the ability to reduce the shipping zones and the cost to an end consumer for your product. As a merchant, you're trying to control those shipping costs. One of the best ways to do that is actually take your product and move it closer to where your end consumer is. The distributive inventory program that we have put together here at ShipBob and other 3PLs potentially use allows us to be able to actually use our analytics that are provided that our merchant has to really look where's the best locations in the country based on your consumer demand and what type of inventory should be moved. Not your entire inventory may not need to move. Maybe it's 1 or 2 of your SKUs that need to move to a different location because those are your highest sellers in the Northeast. And I think when you look at a tech-enabled fulfillment partner like ShipBob is, we're able to help you with those choices, and more importantly, be able to have the services and the actions to be able to fulfill where you need us to fulfill to help get that 2-day shopping experience. One of the biggest advantages that any e-commerce merchant can have is really focusing on your shipping costs and reducing the shipping zones that you're paying for with any carrier partner. As a tech-enabled partner, you should be looking at 3PL that is going to allow you to reduce your shipping zones significantly. You should almost, as an e-commerce merchant, never be going outside zone 1 or zone 2 when it comes to shipping. And what I mean by that is if you're in California, if you're trying to get things to Pennsylvania, to the Northeast, to New Jersey, New York, you're probably going to pay zone 6 or 7 or 8, which is at the highest cost that you can as a merchant. The goal would be, how do we distribute your inventory or certain parts of your inventory to a location that's closer to the Northeast to actually reduce those shipping costs in those zones down to 1 or 2 and give you the best possible price, a higher degree of service windows that you can work with, so you can have it there in 3 days, you can have it there in 2 days, or you can actually have it there overnight depending on the zip codes. And I think that's one of the things e-commerce merchants fail to realize, is that the more you can distribute your inventory to multiple locations, the better it is for you to reduce your costs and provide a higher degree of service for your end consumer. You know, one of the things as I work with our merchants that has become very prevalent is the more information they have, the more successful they are. And when they're looking for 3PL partners, they're looking for someone to come and help them understand the intricacies of what's out there for a supply chain. They don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to have a support team, a supply chain analytic team, somebody that's going to work with carriers and the partners, and then really focused on moving their packages day in and day out. That infrastructure is extremely expensive and it takes a lot of time to build. Our merchants really appreciate working with ShipBob because, one, we focus on the front end with the merchant experience. It all starts there. The merchant experience is the first and foremost priority of everything that we do. The tech enablement that we provide with our fulfillment engine, our merchant application, and our WMS allows that seamless onboarding when it comes to choosing ShipBob to start, allows you to actually have the same platform to work with versus multiple partners, multiple platforms, multiple software and interactions and dashboards to try and run your business. The last thing I think that is focused that comes out of my interactions with the merchants is they cannot believe the amount of analytics behind the scenes that they have access to. Our analytical tools will help you run your business from day one. They will show you the cost of your orders. They will show you the zones that you need to be in. They will help you with your inventory management. They'll show you every business event from the time that product of your hits the door at ShipBob all the way through until it gets handed off to the end consumer. That transparency, or that glass box, is one of the things that we pride ourselves on here at ShipBob. Our focus is to make sure when you trust us to actually take care of your product and fulfill for you, you get to see everything we're doing. And at the end of the day, you have a window into everything we're doing to help you satisfy your end consumer. And that's why I think ShipBob is so special than some of the other competitors out there, because we focus on you first. We focus on giving you visibility in everything we do. We provide the resources and the tools to help make you successful. And at the end of the day, we want to make sure that it gets delivered 100% of the time the way you want to see it delivered and fulfilled. For those of you that are interested in learning more about ShipBob's 2-day shipping program, please go to www.shipbob.com/quote.